Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. You are with 3 tips in 10 minutes. I'm Nina. I'm with Peggy and Bob, and we will be sharing our 3 tips today, starting with Bob. Peggy, there's a noise again. Okay, Bob, what's your tip this week?
Oh, folks, I went back to Google Labs to find something interesting to test out again. And I found something called Google Illuminate. So I'm going to tell you what it is and what does it do today, okay, in a real quick manner. It's an experimental technology that uses AI to adapt content to your learning preferences. Basically focuses on more academic publications, okay? And currently it's only focused on computer science topics, but that doesn't stop you from basically looking at things like, in fact, here's the landing page, okay? This is what it'll look like when you go there, and you can see that it already has topics that it has illuminated. In fact, it has on the bottom row, you can see it's done many books, which are really interesting. All you have to do is click on it. You can see that there's a timer on there. Pride and Prejudice, it takes 5 minutes for them to explain it. So let's say that you want to go away from the exploring and you want to generate something. So how do you do that? Well, what you do is you'll click on that little tab on the upper left-hand corner that says generate, and then you can see this line here in the green box. You type in your question, or you put your sources in there. And since I wanted to test its capabilities, I just ask a question. And then the red box is what it returned as far as sources. And I decided that, hey, I wanted to know what role AI has in elephant conservation. So I checked the box, okay? And the blue boxes here basically determine how are the voices going to be? How are they going to talk? Is it going to be like to a casual audience, a formal? Is it going to be guided, or is it going to be free-formed? And the right blue box explains how they will talk. And basically, Illuminate is all about creating podcasts. That's its main purpose, okay? It's much like Notebook LM, but it's boiled down. I put this on the formal, and you can see this is the title of the article. And on the right-hand side in the green box is the transcription of the actual podcast that they did, and it's 8 minutes worth of talking. There's a little, if you go down to the bottom, you see this pink box here, and this is what turns it on and off, just like any other video or WAV file. And you see a little hand here. And if you click on that, you can stop the video or stop the podcast and ask a question, and it will immediately respond to you, which is really cool. So just giving you that brief overview, let me just tell you what the pros and cons are to help you go there and try it. Okay, so again, it creates a podcast style audio for 5 types of audience, or 4 types of audience. It transcribes it perfectly. You can ask questions during the podcast. It targets technical publications. It answers questions that are tailored to what you want to know. You can download the MP3 file for sharing or embedding. And here's really a key, it handles really large amounts of data. Although you can only add 4 sources at a time, and it's strictly a podcast product, and right now the sources are limited to computer science. Supposedly it'll be expanded in the future, and it has less capabilities than Notebook LM, which at sometimes is a good thing. Less is more. I encourage you to go to Google Labs and give it a try. And I think it might fill a need for a quick learning experience, not only for yourself, but maybe for your community.
That's a great discovery. Thank you so much for getting us into the know about this new product. And now, Peggy, what's your tip this week?
My tip this week is aimed at building community on YouTube. So one of the things that you can do is enable a community for your YouTube channel, and they just added a new feature that lets you pin a post. You open the community, you click the three-dot menu icon for the post you want to pin, and then you just choose the pin post option. Really easy. The idea is that you can highlight a post this way. It can be a welcome post. Otherwise, when people go to your community, they just see a feed of recent posts, or they see top posts, which may not even be in chronological order. So this is a good way to greet people and maybe encourage them to contribute to your community on YouTube.
That's a nice improvement. We already have a YouTube tutorial for community, so check the link if you haven't started yet. Thank you, Peggy. My tip for this week is about building your own agent. So it's a new feature that Google announced, a studio with Google, and here are some screenshots to lead you through. When you open your email, you can go to, here's the icon of the studio, then you can use the templates. And there are some suggestions about the processes at work related to your Gmail, meetings, things you want to improve via automation. I choose tasks, and I used OnEBoard examples. Then the task I want to give the agent is to create an automated task each time we add a file to a drive. And then the only thing I do is select the drive. I add the drive, and now we have the agent. I tested it, and it will automatically add messages and suggest meetings as soon as we add a file to our drive. So that's the final step. When you go to the landing page, you see your active agent. So we now have an agent. And let's see next time which work it will automate for us.
All I can tell you is we have an agent. We want more money right off the bat, okay?
So
just wanted to say hello to folks in the chat. There's Bridget and Andrew. Andrew says, thanks, Bob. Your tip looks very interesting. And he also says, I'm going to try making my YouTube community my main place for my social media. So
that would be great.
Check out.
Well, and choose your one word for this, for your commitment, so you don't miss it during when Google starts to release and roll out not only one tool, but many tools a day.
Yeah, I hope
this background we have today is airport. It's futuristic airport. Most of us will be traveling during the holidays. That's why I have chosen the futuristic airport today. This is episode 77 of our podcast, 3 Tips in 10 Minutes. And it is the last episode for this year. So Peggy and Bob, if you wish to add a few words.
I just think that this has been a really interesting year for all kinds of new things. I hope people have been appreciating our various tips, both for new features and sort of evergreen features. And I'll segue that into next week's episode is a sort of rewind of what we've been talking about, right?
Yes, and today we have created and tested and implemented 72 tips this year, which makes a pretty nice ebook, a guide for how to navigate the changes Google has been rolling out throughout the year. And if you check, all of them are recent and updates. So nothing is outdated. Everything is important. So check our blog, and thank you for being with us. Yes, Bob, did you want to share?
Oh, no. I just want to wish everybody happy holidays and, get engaged with AI. It's not the evil that you think it is at present time anyway. It can automate a lot of mundane tasks for you. Don't be afraid to jump in there. As a senior, hey folks, get with the program. This is a wonderful tool, or tools, I should say, and don't be afraid to use them.
So thank you for being with us the whole year, and join us on the first Sunday in 2026 when we will be giving you the first 3 tips for 10 minutes to start 2026. See you. Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Thank you.